Hello Libra, this is Camille from Millennial Tarot, and you are watching your April 2018 reading. Just going to get it out of the way that I am still doing my personal readings, but I have raised the price from $5 to $10. So $10 still being remarkably cheaper than what others may offer you, and in return, you still get an in-depth video, however long, however many questions you ask, well-rounded about your specific situation. I just felt like it was time to start charging more because I've been doing this for a long time and because it requires quite a lot of my effort and energy. So I hope that you understand that. And now that that's out of the way, I'm going to go within and shuffle and see what is coming up for you this April 2018. I hope you guys enjoyed your Libra full moon, representing the culmination of something, and then charging into a new moon, beginning something. And this would have just happened in the last few days for you. Moon conjunct your sun, rising, or sun conjunct your natal sun, all this stuff. But basically, happy full moon. I hope that you took advantage of it. And let's see what's coming up for you in April. I'm just going to do it one more time this way. And then see, Libra, April 2018. Yep. Okay. Cycle of completion and ending. So coming into this reading, recent past, setting off the reading, past that makes sense for you, the Tower card, presently Page of Pentacles, and then ending off with the 10 of Wands. So wow, wow, wow. Page and the 10, two complete opposite things, starting and ending. And then the Tower, of course, shaking something up in your foundation, ending again. So we go ending, beginning, ending. So you're currently in a place where you're starting something new, surprise, surprise, after your full moon, spoke that into existence. And then you're going to end up having had achieved that thing, but unfortunately something crumbled on your way to success. And so here we have the tarot card. The tarot card called the Tower. And, you know, I love the Tower because the Tower makes such rare appearances. It's not like all these other cards that come up so many times and people read them so many different ways. Like in my channel, the Tower has maybe come up once or twice, 3 times tops. And it's an important card, and it comes up infrequently because it completely topples something. But it topples something that did not have strong foundation to begin with. And it does so a little bit violently. And violently doesn't have to mean it decimated you, it devastated you, but it could very much have shaken you up and thrown you for a loop. The Tower card shows 2 people being thrown out of a tower that was just recently struck by lightning. The Tower card often comes up when we are refusing to make a change, and so the universe says, all right, well then I'll change it for you. It's very much something coming in from the outside, whereas there are other cards of ending, death, judgment, have to do with more how we are marching forth towards endings with our own, energy. The Tower is something ending for you, not of your own volition. So whatever that was for you, just know that it ended because it needed to end. It may have been something toxic. It may have been something that you were unwilling to let go of, and the universe was like, okay, you know what? I'm not waiting anymore. We're going to get rid of this because it's not strong, it's not sustainable, and on top of it, we're going to build something much better and much stronger. The Tower card can be good or bad depending on your situation. If you were in a relationship that was going nowhere and the Tower card shook you up so that it ended, that's good. But if the Tower card, you were in a relationship that you thought was going well, but the Tower card happened out of nowhere and it ended, it could feel bad. But it's all for good, right? So if your love life is going nowhere and the Tower shakes it up, that means new things are coming in. Conversely, if you thought you were at the top of your game, if you're in a tower, we're talking about princesses in a tower. It's a very Libran Disney princess place to be anyway, and you thought things were going okay and then something shook you up, it's because things weren't going okay. It's because there was an aspect of illusion and delusion there, not to fault you, but only to make you see stronger and see clearer. So the Tower card coming into the past means that you've already went through these changes, be it in your emotional life, be it in your home life, in your health, in your job, and with your relationship to other people. Something was taken away from you quite rapidly, Something was shaken out from under you quite rapidly. You fell quite rapidly. You know, all these things. Change in an instant. Because we talk about lightning only takes about less than a second to strike, and it completely decimate a person or a thing or a house or a tree. This is what happens. But it's all for good. Now that we got that out the way, bye. We're in the Page of Pentacles now. And the Page of Pentacles is a perfect counterpart to this card. We have black, we have yellow, we have being thrown out from a surface, from a structure we thought was once solid, moving into being on solid footing, on solid ground, with green, fresh, fertile earth. This is speaking to you having started something new, either in relation to what was taken away from you, or maybe something was taken away from you in one area and it shifted your focus to another area that you were not paying attention to. The Page of Pentacles gives us the indication of long-term growth, the page representing a messenger, the page also representing the beginning of an adventure as he moves to a knight and then ultimately the king. So this is like starting a new job. This is starting to save money. This is and it's very beginning now. I mean, I'm hearing very much of this as a baby start. A real small indication of starting over. Because the Tower, which reminds me of Pluto, which is conjuncting up with Saturn now and Mars, a lot of decimation in Capricorn, a lot of change. Earth sign, a lot of like forest fire, a lot of blow torching the hell out of something and getting rid of it so it's scorched earth, nothing left. And then the Page of Pentacles, you know, earth has returned back to its fertile, giving, nurturing self, but you're just starting again. It's the indication of a start, perhaps even. You might even still be trembling from the Tower, and if you are, know that this gives you peace that you are on your way to quite big success. But it's just the start of something. It's just a start of a new job. It's just a promise of being okay with being single. It's the promise of a relationship turning a new leaf. The promise of, you know, your home life and your health turning a new leaf. But it's also an effort that has to be put into place on your behalf. When we think of Pentacles, we think of working. We think of Taurus. We think of Taurus. We think of Virgo. We think of Capricorn. These working people who are actually in the world doing stuff, making stuff, out here as a participatory, active person in their life, so not letting things happen to them in the way that the Tower may have just happened to you. So it sees you making something of your new beginning, making something to bring on change and to bring on growth, because you are now an active participant in your life. You are now seeing things, you are now doing things differently, and you are charging forth, building a stronger foundation so that it does not topple over you. And what stronger of a foundation can we have than Earth sign Pentacle? So whatever was taken from you, whatever change, you know, it could be radical. It could, you know, everything's subjective. Change for one person may not be as big as some other small type of change. I got in a car crash. Woo, big change. But for other people, it could be I lost my job. Woo, big change. You know, and everything in between. So whatever that was for you, you're making slow ingresses to make sure you build a stronger foundation, and it's going to serve you in the long run. So here we have you ending with the Burden of Success card, the Ten of Pentacles. And we're starting from the Tower, which is basically wiping everything away to zero, to the Page, which is like just the baby indication of something new, the start, the offer, and then moving all the way up to the 10. So whatever you are starting, and I do see this as being, you know, whereas the Tower may have been more recent and the Page is obviously present, the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords is speaking to me as long-term growth. This is coming to me within the next 1 or 2 years. I know that you don't want to hear that. I know that when we go through things, we want things to be fixed on a dime. We want things to be fixed by April, May, June, July. This is something, because we have a Page of Pentacles, long, slow-term growth that is going to really see you flourishing a few years from now. Really. So if you're starting over in your job, you're starting over in your relationship, you're starting over in your health, whatever it is for you, you're going to be so grateful for the actions that you're taking now to build a more solid life for yourself. And let's not forget, the Ten of Wands is a burden of success. And the burden could be either it could be either before or after. The burden having been the Tower. Everything was taken away from you. The burden of rebuilding and then success. Conversely, it can also be you have success and now you have the burden of responsibility, the burden of accountability, More money, more problems. The burden of being in a relationship. I got my Prince Charming, oh, but now we actually have to work on the relationship. But I love the relationship, but we have to work. But I love it, but we have to work. I have the position now, but I have to work. All these things. And this is a very humbling time. It's a very humbling place to be in. We want quick success. We want things to be working out in our favor quickly. Page of Pentacles is here to say it's going to be a long-term, slow growth. But in the end, you know, I said 1 to 2 years, maybe at the end of this year, whatever that time period it looks like for you. Again, if you need clarity, personal readings. But it's going to see you really being successful. It's going to see you really taking on a more mature place in your life. Whereas before you may have been not seeing things, you might have been purposefully ignoring stuff, you might have been immature in an area of your life or naive in an area of your life. Not anymore. The Tower has humbled you, and now you are ready to start serious, stoically getting to work. Our earth signs are very solid, stoic people, especially Capricorn, and all the planets of change and rebirth and restriction happening now in Capricorn. Mars, Saturn, and Pluto. Ooh, you guys are getting things done. And it's long-term growth. Saturn may fuck us up. Pluto may fuck us up. Mars is a 2-month ingress, so it's not going to be that much of a charge there. But it gives us it gives us loss so that we can grow solid more over time, so that when these things cycle back, because life is always a cycle, you know, karma will look at us and be like, you did a good job. I'm not going to blow you out of your tower this time because you dotted your I's and you crossed your T's. You did it. And know that from this effort, from this work, from this humbling, from this growing, from this maturity, success is yours. 10 being the end of a cycle. Page being just beginning it now. This may have happened around the full moon. I am not surprised if it did. But know that your grace and your charm, know that your happiness and your optimism is going to come out of doing those small, real world things one day at a time, and rebuilding to a more prosperous and successful future, which is in the cards. It is coming for you. But you do have to put in just a little bit of more effort for a little bit longer, and it will be yours. The Tower was like, I don't like what I see. Bye. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to start over more humbly. I'm going to do it better. Humbled cards are the earth signs. I'm going to do it better. I'm going to do it stronger. I'm not going to rush into anything, a relationship, a job, a quick money scheme. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to lay down my roots. I'm going to lay down my foundation stronger. Make sure everything's strong. Make sure everything has integrity. And from that, you will build success in the end. All right? Libra, this is a very stern talking to, but I believe in you, and I believe that whatever the Tower got rid of was not for you anyway, and that you will grow upon it more stronger and sustainable things in your life. Money, health, love, partnership, it's all starting again right now. So I hope that you have enjoyed this reading. I hope that it was able to give you any peace, any clarity. Of course, come at me personally. I'll leave my email below if you want more insight on your situation. But until then, I will see you in May. Keep growing, keep plodding along. Success is in your future.